All right, guys, welcome to the second episode of the Next Up podcast presented by Vrind Entertainment. Today, guys, we've got a very, very special guest in the building here. He's collaborated with artists like Wizkid, Daniel Caesar. His new EP album, Alive, just dropped. And, producing hits with over 1 million views on YouTube, such as Tile and other songs as well. An artist from Nigeria who's killing the Afrobeat scene in Toronto, as well as just all of North America. Please welcome to the podcast, Sojiii.
What's up, my people? What's going on, my guy?
What's up, man? I'm glad to have you here, bro.
Glad to be here.
How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
You look good, man. I feel great as well. Thank you for coming out today. We all know your schedule is super, super packed, especially with the new events coming up.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Honestly, first, thank you so much for that introduction.
Of course.
I think it was quite sick, But yeah, it's been quite busy. It's getting busier as well right now. So we're just staying focused, one day at a time.
One day at a time, right? So for the fans that are watching, for the people that love Sojiii, tell us a little bit about who you are as an artist.
Man, that's a broad question because it depends on the angle you look at it. But who I am as an artist is I am a songwriter, producer, which I don't think so many people know, but songwriter, producer, and a singer. So I'm a performing artist, live on stage, and also produce in the studio, write songs as well. I've been doing this for at least 15 years now. So I'm just a growing artist that's trying to take the Afrobeat scene and the Canadian scene and music industry on a global scale, really. That's what I do. That's who I am as an artist in a nutshell.
Yeah. And you said you've been kind of, as a kid, you were practicing from the age of 13, from what I've seen online, right?
Yeah.
What do you think has changed in the Afrobeats world, bro? Like when it comes to producing Afrobeats, when it comes to the overall progress of the scene, what have you seen firsthand from, practicing this for over 10 years? What's the biggest change you've seen?
10 years ago to now?
To now.
Wow, quite a lot has changed, but I would say the most significant change has been the fusion, how Afrobeats is more open to, featuring or fusion other sounds, like R&B has that fusion into Afrobeats now, like before where it was strictly just African percussion.
Yeah.
Now we have like R&B, we have rap into it now.
It's huge, man.
Right, so even Dancehall is into it. Afrobeats right now, like Dancehall sounds are actually being made with Afrobeat percussions. So that I think has made the genre itself richer and more beautiful, in my opinion. That changed the game, and now we have sounds like a Amapiano, like all the sounds that is coming to the game, like faster percussions, faster pace, bigger bass line. Those things have changed the game. 10 years ago, there was no piano.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just strictly Afrobeat. Actually, it wasn't even the beats, it was Afrobeat. Yeah, and now there's more elements to it that has made it such a prominent and beautiful sound that the world is enjoying it. My opinion, it's just getting started.
It's just getting started. So what is Sojiii? Like, what do you think that you're doing to kind of elevate this Afrobeat section? Like you said, so much has changed over the past 10 years. It's hard to even see the exact changes, right? Like, what do you think you're doing to propel the Afrobeats type of whole genre to the next level?
Honestly, I'm just doing me. My sound has always been different, really, because for me, especially when I became Canadian over a decade ago, for me, Canada has also been part of my life. Even though, yes, I'm an African kid, came to Canada, I had my history and my influences from Africa when I came here. But also when I got here, I've had influences on me as a person, my sound, growing up in Canada. So I'm now embodied into that one big ball that has the African and the Canadian history in it.
Yes.
So my sound also projects that. So I won't sound like a typical African guy, and I won't sound like a typical Canadian. I'm just Sojiii. But in Sojiii, you'll find both. You'll find the African element and the Canadian element and style in my brand and my music. So I'm trying to push that out to the world so the world can actually give shed more light, give more respect and more love to people like me, because they're immigrants, musicians like me that has moved to not just Canada, different countries. There's people that move from India to the US or US to India. Like, people move around all the time. So I'm just trying to give a face to artists that had that kind of journey similar to mine, because there's really not so many like that, except I think maybe Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, yeah.
He's the
legend.
Right. He's the only one that had that, because he was like a light-skinned guy doing reggae when he was feeling just black guys.
Exactly.
So I think he's the one that really had that. So this is just really my take on it. This is where I'm trying to come in and just enforce my foot through the door, where people can actually get to understand that, look, man, there is people out here that exist that are either is it multiracial, biracial, is that what they call it? Like different races,
different ethnicities.
Right, different ethnicities, different races influences who they are, because they've lived in these places. They actually can relate with life in these different places. So I'm just trying to show that as a face, front face to artists like this. My way of taking Afrobeats, like exporting Afrobeats to a whole different level. Case from Africa, now it's in Canada, and we're going to take it all through North America like this. Not like how it sounded in Africa.
Yes.
How it is here.
Yeah.
Right. So this is my way of adding to the game that everyone is doing. So my sound is different for sure. My looks is different. Like everything is different, but also has its own originality.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the beautiful part about music, right? People from different countries, different continents, coming to Canada, coming to the US, blending those fusions, what they learn in their home country from their mother tongue, different languages, how they were raised. It all kind of comes together and harmonizes into their music to the next sound, right?
It does, and I think it's a big part.
Yeah.
I think it's a big part that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, because most times people just kind of go what's trending.
Yeah.
And music back in the days did not start like that. They were not just going what was trending, they were going what was the region, right? James Brown had his style, Michael Jackson had his style, Barry White had his style, Bob Marley had his style. All these guys were trending, but original, right? So for me, I'm just trying to focus more on the originality of what I am, not just as an African, but also as a Canadian, just who I am, really. Just trying to be original to who I am, through my craft.
Exactly. And bro, I feel like the main reason that people, different artists are going only with the trends is because these big companies that own these guys, manage these guys, they know this is working, this is leading to numbers, this is leading to views, this is leading to money. They're going to stop them from being original, copy everyone else because that's what's working. And I feel like that's the deteriorating part about music nowadays.
I agree with you 100%. It is. It is getting away. And even these numbers are getting manipulated.
Exactly.
So it's shifting the attention of what really matters, right? What people think matter to stay relevant. Originality can die, because once it dies, music is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're absolutely correct about that. So the labels, money is important, because I also understand their part, because I'm an independent artist. I fund all my music, my businesses. So I understand the labels too, right? Because they're running a business, and business has to make money to stay afloat, stay alive. So I get the fact that they're really pushing on, okay, this is trendy, this is what people are buying. So I want my artist to look like that, to sell like that. I get it. But at the end of the day, that's just very temporary. And it dies really quick, and it's highly competitive. You want to do something that's like more original, invest in originality. You will never go wrong. It's like a fountain of wealth, man. It never dries up.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just people trying to get through shortcuts.
Yeah.
Music industry.
Yeah.
It's not always going to work that way, right?
It works for as long as you can. Like you said, it won't always work. It works, but it doesn't always work. And trust me, when it hits the fan, you're done. You're out the game. You're back out.
Yeah.
No way.
And that's what I love about your music. Like, over the past few days, I knew this podcast was going to happen. Been listening to all your songs and your EP and stuff. I can definitely hear that. Like, all jokes aside, everything aside, the fact that we're even here, even if I didn't know you and I was put on of your music, like, yo, I like this guy. I'm adding this to my playlist, my gym playlist, my vibes playlist. Genuinely.
See, these are the places I want people to listen to my music. I'm so glad you said that. It's also why my EP was titled Alive.
Yeah.
When you go to the gym, you come alive.
There you go.
You're adding life to your body. You know what I mean? Like you're prolonging your lifespan when you go to the gym because you're active. And these are the things that I actually want my music to do, to help people come alive in their respective daily lives. Be it you working out, maybe just you driving at night, just cruising. You know what I mean? Just having that moment by yourself, just play my records. These are the moments and the feel and the frequencies that I try to imbibe into my sound. Right? So I'm actually glad you said that. Respect to you, man.
Of course. And you started developing your sound probably from when you first started making music, right? At the age of 13, right? So tell me, like, do you remember what the first song you wrote was at that age? Tell us a little bit about that, bro.
Yeah. Oh, God, man. Okay, the sound has changed like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Because obviously you keep evolving, developing it, and it gets better, and you drop the old and get new. But the first song, to answer your question, I think I did, was my solo record was called Dirty Wine in Nigeria. And that song that actually made me known in Nigeria, Dirty Wine. Right, so it was a mixtape I had done to one of Pitbull's beats. You know Pitbull? So
right.
The idea that dude. So his beat, I kind of took his beat. This is how I've always been, and why I knew my sound would just always be different. Because I produce, what I did was I took Pitbull's song and an African percussion, and I kind of fusioned it together. Even back then, this whole fusion thing wasn't a thing. Then, but my mind just always worked like that. So I put both together and released it, and radio stations in Nigeria started picking it up like that because it was different.
Yes.
Right, and they know the Pitbull record and they understand the African percussion sounds as well, but they've never seen it together. So the fact that I did it and I was a young cat doing that, you know, it kind of caught their attention really quick, and they said,
How old were you when you did that?
I think I was 16.
Wow. So you're telling me when you were 16, you made a whole different genre in essentially the whole country.
Yeah, 16, 17.
That's crazy, man.
There's proof. It's out there, somewhere out there.
Oh, I've heard it, definitely.
Yeah, so it's like, I was 16, 17. Music was my life then. And then I think I was about to wrap up high school.
Yeah.
Because I did my high school in Nigeria. So I had time in my hands, man, to like really, experiment.
Yes.
I had my computer, and I was in a group with my boy Chef. Shout out to him, and my brother D. We were both in a group then.
Shout out
to you guys, man. The group was called This Is Vrind Entertainment. And I was the main producer for the group. So I was always busy. You know, them boys were always ready to get their hands writing something, going to the studio. We were just excited to get into the studio and just do something, do music. So I had time in my hands then. I'll just sit down with the computer all day, lock myself in the room, like bang out like 5-6 beats in one day.
Wow.
When I was done, I'll play for the guys. It's loving it. And each guy writes their verse. I also always write the choruses for the songs. And, jokingly, we started like that because we just loved it. And it became something. It became something big where we actually started getting called for interviews, shows, big shows, live shows, traveling and touring with legends.
Exactly.
Nigeria back then. It was fun.
I think that's how everything starts, man. Whether it's music, a love for your business, or even like, I can tell you're a pretty jacked guy. You go to the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. You just start, and then one day you're in love with it. Right?
Yeah.
And
sure.
Tell me about that, man. Like, where did this love for music start? What are some of the artists that inspired you? What kind of started this whole journey for you at a young age?
Honestly, I have to give that credit to my father, because my dad had a big music life at home. He had this 2-player vinyl DJ set player back then. He had a whole library of like vinyls of classic records. So he used to play the songs at home every weekend. So I just love music from there. It was just always great times, great vibes, from the house when he's playing his records. So when he's gone, I'll just go to his library and literally just start. I'll study all the vinyls, the records. I'll just look through it. Like, oh, who's the rapper? This is cool. And I'll look at that. This is how I got to know all these guys. I looked up Vandross and Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones. I listened to all these guys, James Brown. from his library, right? So that's where it really started. Shabba Ranks though was my main. Shabba Ranks was my main influence because when I was younger, I just loved that record. Is it Lover Man? It's the Lover Man, Shabba.
Yes.
So,
No, I heard that.
record, yes, that record. I used to play all the time.
Oh yeah.
So music started for me from that record, I would say, actually. So I used to listen to it a lot, and the whole neighborhood used to call me Shabba because that's what I used to. I couldn't talk properly. When I was a kid, I was like less than 5 years old when this moment I'm talking about. I was like 5 or 4, and I was just starting to talk, but I used to sing Shabba songs like Flip.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
So literally your first words.
literally. So my dad's friends, whenever they came to the house, they used to call me Shabba and say hello to all my siblings, call them their actual names, and me, they'll call me Shabba. So I never thought too much of it, but it used to get my attention, like, why are they calling me a different name? Never made sense to me, but when I grew older, I heard the story, then I knew, okay, that's why they used to call me that. But yeah, music really started for me from my dad's library back home.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where it all started. So I give my father that credit. Till today, he's still sending me like sounds, like, check this one out, check that one out. I think you can remix this.
And he's gonna be really happy watching this, saying that, you know, he's your main inspiration, right?
So he was. He definitely was. Like he wasn't, interestingly, he wasn't so supportive when I was finishing high school, because obviously he wanted me to focus on getting into uni and all that stuff. But like I said, I already had a record. I was doing okay at such a young age, and I was enjoying the moment. So I didn't really care about uni or wanted to even hear that conversation. I was just happy. Like, wow, okay, I'm doing this from my room. People are liking it in the radio stations. I want to keep doing this. I think I already found what I want to do.
Exactly.
Life, but he's big on education. He wanted me to focus on that, go to uni, get my degree. And I was just more like, okay, Dad, I already kind of have something that is going on here, and I got inspired from your life, so I want to do this. So we had that back and forth for a bit until he started seeing interviews come to like the house to look for me. Like,
He realized.
yeah, like this is actually like this is serious. That was the moment he knew, okay, yeah, I gotta support this kid.
Yeah.
And from that moment till now, it's just been best.
Wow, man. What more can you ask of a father, right? There you go.
Nothing. That's ridiculous.
So what would you say to the kids who are watching this right now that are going through a similar type of struggle, right? They have a passion, whether it's music, artistry of any kind, but their parents or the people around them are telling them to take the safer route, take an education, get a job, especially in today's market. That's a much safer route. What would you say to them?
Honestly, first thing I would say is be aware of yourself. Awareness is everything. Once you're aware of yourself, nobody can tell you nothing. Because you know what you're doing, you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what is expected of you. You know where you're going. You know what you're lacking. Like, just be aware. It's the first thing you want to do. Be aware of who you are. Your soul, your mind, your talent, your highs, your lows, your strengths, your weaknesses. Be aware of who you are. First thing I'll say. And then, because I don't want to say don't listen to them, because you never know. Sometimes people give great advice. But when you're aware of who you are, then you can weed out, if it's great advice or not.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So be aware of who you are. It's the first thing. Then second thing I would say is, once you're aware of who you are, go all in. Like all in, lock in, bet on yourself. Hope people help you, ask for help here and there, seek for knowledge, hustle, make money, because you need money to achieve anything in life. Hustle legally. This is my advice. Use your head, right? Because you don't want to do something that will take you out of the long journey of destination that you want to land in, which is a great place. Because once you do something illegal, it takes you out that picture and stops your journey. So hustle legally because you need money. I won't lie, you do. And, hold your ground till you can get all the help, investors and whatnot that you require. But hustle, believe in yourself, bet on yourself, and don't ever doubt what you're aware of that you're capable of doing. Don't ever doubt that, not one bit. And most importantly, just hold on to God.
Yeah.
God, all things are possible. For me, all these things work for me. It's not always going to be the same for everybody because everybody's path is different. Everybody's journey is different. But one thing I do know is there's always basics to anything that would start in life. And these are the basics that I feel that doesn't matter who you are, because we're all something. And once you're aware of what you are, and you believe in who you are, and you can hustle and support who you are, and you believe in God, sky's the beginning there. This is my advice. Any young boy.
Wow. Well, definitely. I think everyone should hear that with their heart. Like, we're both young, right? And we both know how important it is to have a passion for what you do. So you're totally right when it comes to the fact that find out who you are, find out your passion before you make the next step, and then go all in.
Exactly.
Because, yes, there is something to risk, but if you go all into what you love, it's not like you're doing a job. You're doing what you love, right? And that kind of goes to my next question I wanted to ask you is, who are some of these artists that you wish to kind of collaborate with in the future? Because you grew up on people like Bob Marley and these types of people that, your father inspired you with, but which artist is your dream collaboration, man? I genuinely want to know.
I'll say Chris Brown is definitely first on that list.
Chris Brown, eh?
First. Well, it's first. And the reason why I like Chris Brown is for one simple reason. He's very versatile, like me. Like, we can literally hop on anything. It'll sound good.
Yeah.
So I'm like that, he's like that. So I'm excited to see what we create.
Yeah.
It might be something the world has never heard.
Yeah.
And it'd be sick. So him for sure. And I'm inspired by the guy with so many obstacles he's had to overcome in his journey. Of course, for sure. So Chris Brown's first on that list, for sure. Second, I would say maybe Sean Paul, because I love the reggae sound. I love dancehall as well.
Not to mention Davido.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
So I want to feature Sean Paul. We talked about it to me and him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we did in Vegas. I think 2022.
I'm excited for that, man.
21, I can't remember, but yeah, we talked about it. Even he was, he was happy to have that conversation with me, and it's like whenever you're ready. But for me, I feel that moment should come when I'm doing my official album, because I don't have an official album out on purpose. It's kind of like I have EPs, I have singles, I have videos, but I don't have my official album yet, and I'm doing that on purpose. Because that I want to be a gift to my fan base that followed me through, That would be my first initial thank to them.
Yes.
Right? So I'm not rushing that project at all. But that feature with Sean Paul most likely will be on there. I also would say in the Afrobeat scene, there's an artist named Wande Cole. Wande Cole was a huge influence on me growing up. Because he was one of the first guys to do it, and doing it well. So he influenced my sound as well. So him. Then obviously the trending guys like Wizkid, Brother Boy. I respect all these guys, and I think their sounds are really sick. Davido. So it'll be great to put some of these guys in some of the records I got coming up. And I actually want to do a record with some of the old guys. So like guys from the 80s. Maybe 90s, like artists like that are still around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, some of them I wanna put, like even some of the jazz guys, like Bolton, like some of the people like this. I wanna put on records. Phil Collins, you know who that is?
Yes.
Yeah, him as well. Guys like this, I think I want a record with them.
Yeah.
That's my dream. Put some of those guys in. Some sick records.
Yes. And I can see that why you're inspired by Chris Brown now, because that versatility with jazz, with this genre, that genre, you'll flow 100% so well with them, especially someone like Sean Paul. I think that'd be amazing.
I have the record for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a record for him. But I won't say it yet, because there's my chain.
That's something the viewers are they have to wait for that, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be spicy. I'm ready for that.
It'll be worth the wait.
Oh yeah.
100%. You definitely be worth the wait. That I can see.
It's like a full circle moment. That's where you kind of started from your first blow up record with Davido, and now full circle, make an official on your official album or something. I think that'd be me.
You guys heard it here first.
There you go.
You heard it from him first. You know, that's actually true. That's true. That's proper. And that's the goal, man. And I think when we finally do that record, you guys will definitely love it. And that's for sure.
And what about Pitbull? What do you think about collaborating with him potentially?
I love Pitbull.
Yes.
I love Pitbull. I never thought about it, I'll be honest. I never thought about it. But now that you brought it up, we might just add into the list.
Let's do it.
You know, and you're going to get that credit.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
You're going to get that credit.
Man, everything's yours, man.
Because I never thought about it. That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
It's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something might pop with people because he's a great artist, and I just like what he represents, like his image. He's always wearing a suit like you, and his songs are like for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he's not really, I don't know, he doesn't belong to a certain class.
It's everybody.
Right.
Worldwide.
Right. That's why he calls himself that.
There you go.
You know, so even though he looks like a real suit and tie stand-up guy, but his song, he literally plays songs like 1 a.m. in the strip club.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty cool.
You just admitted something to the people that are watching.
What did I admit?
You heard his songs at the strip club.
Pitbull? They all play it.
Yeah.
They all
There
play
you
it.
go. There you go.
I mean, strippers love Pitbull, man. He knows.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to you, Pitbull.
Shout out Pitbull.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these artists that you've performed alongside, like Wizkid and Davido and Daniel Caesar, like what was the most unexpected thing that kind of happened, or the wildest thing, or the things that you're the happiest about when it comes to performing, or the performance that you've done for you?
On stage?
Yes.
Like wild things that happened when I was performing or the crowd did? Which one?
Just anything at all. Either or.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's different experience every single time, but I would say wild things that happened for me is literally the love the fans have shown to me when I was on those stages. People love my performance.
Yes.
Like they just show up, and some people that don't even know who I am after the show come introduce themselves to me, want to meet me, talk to me, and that's been wild to me, man. That always means a lot to me. Meeting new fans that saw me on that stage, and after I came down from the stage or like backstage, you come and they actually want to meet me. Those experiences are one of my favorites, right? In terms of, I don't know, you want to talk about bad wild or?
Have you had any bad wild experiences?
There's always,
Let us know.
there's always one or two.
Yeah.
I think the worst one would be when I was on stage one time at the mic just went off. Yeah, that was something. But I played it off nice. I just kind of like left it alone, and I was just kind of micing with the crowd.
There you go.
Yeah, and they were still vibing till the mic came back on, and they brought the next one, and I just kept going. But,
Perfect.
But that moment was quite shocking.
Yes.
You don't want to get caught in the spotlight like that.
No. But it sounds like you pulled it off.
Yeah, I did.
Handled it.
I mean, I won't lie. I was I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, oh my God. Like that was quite, I was frightened. But after a while, I just pulled it off. Like, because the people were just vibing. At first, they didn't even notice. I did. Because I'm closer to it, and I just couldn't hear myself anymore. So I knew something was right. They didn't really notice at first until after when I put the mic away and just then they caught on. Right? But yeah, they still vibe.
Yeah.
Shout out to that crowd.
Shout out to that crowd.
Yeah. Some people just not, but these are the kind of people that I love to perform for. Like they carry you along, right? You might be the artist performing to them, but they make your performance better because they're vibing. They perform with you.
Exactly.
So these are the kind of crowds that I like anywhere I am or go. Toronto is catching up now. Toronto is actually starting to vibe. For me, they've always shown me love. I don't think I've had any show in Toronto that was bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, no. I don't recall it. They've always shown me.
Toronto's full of love, man. Toronto's full of love. It gets a lot of...
If they like you.
Huh?
They like you.
They like you.
If they do.
Oh, if they like
Yeah, Toronto don't... They're artists. Like, if they don't like you,
So they're either really good or really bad.
Yeah, one or the other. Yeah, and if they don't like you,
It's over. It's toast.
yeah, it's a bad place if they don't like you. And don't come to Toronto if you know you're not ready. Because Toronto fans, they know how to party. They want you to give them a good show, but you got to come correct.
Yeah.
You can't come here with mediocre stuff. Trust me, it doesn't matter who you are. Like,
Exactly.
even if you're like the biggest artist in the world, you still have to come here correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Toronto don't care like that way. They think, oh, you're so big, just come do what I know. You have to show up and perform properly.
Yeah.
But they always carry you along once you do that.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the business side, Sojiii. So you're obviously very successful when it comes to what you do in terms of Afrobeats. So I see that you had a new partnership with BK Wizkid,
Yeah.
right? And what are some of the business moves behind the scenes that kind of led up to that? Tell us about the whole partnership.
I'm just a businessman, like I love music, it's my life, but I grew up in a household of business people. My father was a businessman, my mother was a businesswoman, so I watched business lifestyle growing up. So I kind of like tapped into that and adopted, and honestly it makes me happy too. I just like watching something turn into everything from nothing. So I was a banker for 9 years. I grew up in the financial industry, so I understand marketing, sales, money, things of that nature. So with BK Wizkid, it was an ambassador deal and also a partnership deal. I signed with them, where can't really disclose too much of what that deal was, but it was a partnership deal that was very good for me and for them, where we got the name of the brand out, and we're actually selling more bottles globally in the United Arab Emirates and also Africa.
Nice.
And here in Toronto as well. So yeah, we put pen to paper for that to push the brand together. BK, Wizkid, and Sojiii together.
Yeah.
So wherever you find BK, you find Sojiii. Wherever you find Sojiii, you find BK. And yeah, and we're good ever since.
Are you a whiskey guy? Have you been a whiskey guy? yeah.
Whiskey, I do, yes.
Yeah.
Whiskey definitely is my number one, followed by rum. So maybe tequila.
I hate tequila.
Really?
I hate tequila. Man. Yeah. Everything else about tequila's at the bottom for me.
You're like the second person that's gonna tell me this. Like hate tequila.
Like Azul and stuff. That like.
So what does he do? Why? It makes you sick?
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Yeah, that's the other person told me.
Yeah, it's the taste, man. I hate the taste. Like everything about tequila for me. But at the end of the day, if it gets you drunk, it gets you drunk, right? That's the main point.
Yeah, actually, tequila hasn't really made me drunk.
Really?
Not so many alcohol. Like I try not to get drunk when I drink.
Yeah.
But whiskey definitely has gotten me there.
Yeah.
Rum too. Those two for sure.
Yeah.
Tequila and vodka not already.
Not really. I love vodka the most, man. That's my.
I love vodka the most.
I love vodka the most.
Yeah, I have a deal with hip vodka as well.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Shout out to hip vodka. So hip vodka is it's now going to be made in America, but it's a Canadian company that produces one of the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, hip vodka. Really good.
Yes.
Very good stuff. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up a bottle after.
I got you. I got you.
Very cool.
If you want, there's different flavors. There's like mango, watermelon, bubblegum, that like.
Yeah.
And the straight distilled white. And then they have the gin.
Yeah.
Right. And then the straight white. So you tell me which one you want.
Okay, say that.
My recommendation,
Bubblegum is the best? I haven't had that one.
Yeah, mango bubblegum.
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
Does it mix well with like other drinks, or you drink it straight?
Yeah. I like to drink it straight because it's flavored.
Yes.
So once I just put the icing on, I'm good. But I recommend you mix it. And it goes with most things.
Really?
Yeah. It goes with most like mixes. So
okay.
Should be alright.
Alright, bro. I'm gonna have to try that out for real. So what's next for Sojiii? Like, we obviously know there's an event coming up July 5th. You could tell the audience about that, but what's next on the business side of things, creative side, collaboration? What can the audience know about for the future of Sojiii?
Well, business for me is always ongoing. I'm just trying to have more investments because I'm big on investments, be it stocks, real estate, And then just any business that makes sense that I can invest in and double, triple, because I'm big on that. Second thing is I'm looking more to educate people, kind of show them a blueprint, especially artists here in Canada, the Africans, or Black people really. I'm trying to advocate and show them ways that they can really, double up, like besides working a 9 to 5, how you can actually apply yourself and make more money on the side, to better yourself as an individual and just your community in general.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to advocate and create, conferences and even podcasts like this that's going to educate them. Also, like you said, the show July 5th, that's one big event that we're putting together for the culture of both Africa and Canada. And this one is special to me because I've done so many shows, man, like wide and far, but this one is exactly what I represent, Africa and Canada.
Yep.
Right? So that's why this one is very, very important to me. So I want everybody to get their tickets and come out to this show. This show is actually put together as well to showcase the talents we have in Toronto, right? Besides myself, like actual talented people that are in the city that, are known, some are known in Africa, some are known in Canada. So we're kind of bringing everyone together, but they're all in Toronto right now and they're going to be performing at this show. So that's why this one is important. I want the city to come out, show us love and get tickets and vibe, just have a great time. But the most important thing to take away is we're actually all making history together because this is going to be an ongoing event every year. This is the first one that the organizers are putting together. So yeah, I'm honored to be a part of it. The partners and the sponsors on the show are also amazing people like Vrind Entertainment, who's also like, in this podcast is one of the partners in this event.
Yeah.
We have great artists that I think are very talented that people should come and get to know if you don't know them.
Yes.
We also have some vendors. We have artists like painters that are going to be showing some of their pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, like top artists in the city. They're going to be coming out too. So down the road, we're going to start having fun and games like actual arcade games. And we're going to have a bit of it now because we're doing the retro. But we're talking outdoors where we can actually have like wheels, fun stuff like car racing, like all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Right, we're gonna do all that there for kids. Like we want parents to come out with their kids to enjoy the show, meet the vendors, meet the artists, and then meet the sponsors. So this is the goal of Africana, and this is the first one that we're gonna be doing. So I believe in this brand, in this motive, so strong because nobody else is doing it.
Yes.
And that's why I believe in it. This is why when you hit me up, I was all in. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. July 5th, Red Crow downtown. So everyone get your tickets for that.
The links in the description for that one.
Amen. And I'll be happy to see you guys at the show. Also, I have another EP coming out. And then I have some big features lined up. That's going to be singles.
Yes.
I have my visualizer for my record that just dropped, My Lover. That should be dropping by Friday this week. So yeah, it's just more music. I'm just putting out more music. I'm investing more,
Just hustling.
Trying to get rich and just create more avenues where not just me get rich, but also people that are around me get rich. Because that's the goal. That's the goal for us. For me, I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in networking. I believe in upgrading. I believe in investing, right? So I'm focused on that big time. I'm also going to be partnering up with some executives, high-level labels, where through my label, we can also distribute artists and brand them properly for Canada. My goal and my focus is making Canada respected. Because besides Afrobeats, like I'm talking in general, Canada sound, music beat, R&B, jazz, whatever you do, I just want you to get that recognition that you deserve to get. Because I feel Canada is underrated. Drake is doing great, but because it's still just Drake and The Weeknd and Tory Lanez and maybe Justin Bieber, these guys are even considered Americans.
Yeah.
We want Canada to have its own face.
Exactly.
The government of Canada needs to support its own people more, invest in it more, create a channel where they actually can be newer talents, not just recycled talents. Because I feel, in my opinion, there's too many recycled talents, like people that have made it and don't need your help, you're helping them.
Yeah.
I feel the people that actually need your help, government of Canada, you should be helping. You know, like they need to invest more money. They have this money, put it into the society, give it to the right labels, establishments, startups, you know, not just established startups, give them the funds to actually execute. And I think the sky is the beginning for the Canadian industry, because I strongly feel this is a gold mine. There's too many, it's too rich. The culture is rich, the people is rich, the sound is rich, there's too many things there that people need to take advantage of.
100%. Fully agree with you there. I think Canada has so much talent, but a lot of it's untapped because US is where everyone goes.
Exactly. You just want to go there to feel you have to go there to make it. Like, we want it to be home based, you know, and then we can move from here over there. Yeah. But you want it here, you want it home based. And I feel the right investment, because the truth is, a lot of these artists are hurting. They can't really grow because they don't have the financial support. They have the talent, but they don't have the financial backing. Even for them to get some of these grants, it's very difficult. I don't know what's going on with Factor, no disrespect to that, but a lot of artists are not getting funded. They're not getting supported.
Yeah.
It's really, really getting in the way of the creativity. When I look at the UK, you know, now they're not just even killing the music scene. They're already like, Sky, they're out of here already. From Afrobeats to rap, anything they're doing is blowing up. Now, if you look at the movies that they're doing now, you have some top shows that are being filmed in the UK. Canada can do these things. Canada has Hollywood coming here to shoot high-level Hollywood movies and leave it. Like, it's just like use and dump. And I don't blame them, because we have the space, we have the amenities, but we're not investing.
Yeah.
I feel we should start doing local stuff with the amenities that we have already, equipment, the people, the culture that we have. We should start taking advantage of that and doing Canadian-based filmed, you know, movies and shows, and pitch that to the world so people can actually see how, you know, people like yourself and myself live in Canada, the kind of human beings we are, great people. The world has to know this. So I just feel we need more investors. We need the government to take this more seriously, rather than some unnecessary issues that, you know, and the sky is the beginning for us. Yeah.
And before we dive too deep into politics, I can tell that you're super passionate.
Oh, no, I won't talk politics. Yeah, I don't really like wasting my time talking about politicians, to be honest, but I just like leaving them a message here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I know they probably won't even take it seriously. And to be honest, this is why I don't talk about them. So I'm not depending on them. This is why, you know, earlier on I mentioned my own goals.
Yes.
Like, I'll make my money the way I should, legally, and use that to play my role, to help people, to practice what I'm preaching, right? But I'll leave them a message. If they like, listen. If they like, don't listen. Either ways, we'll get it done with the right help. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, I fully agree with you. And one last tradition that we have on this podcast, Sojiii. For every guest, we like to give a little bit of a gift.
Oh, wow.
And open it on the podcast. Yeah, so this is for you, from the whole team Next Up. So
what do you guys got?
Feel free to open it up, man.
This is a splendid surprise, man. This is a splendid surprise.
Yeah. Let's see what's under those covers, man.
Let's see what we got. You guys are not going to make me scream, right?
Make you what?
You're not going to make me scream.
Oh, no. Maybe. Hopefully not.
Oh, man. This already looks good.
Oh. Hey, man, I haven't even seen it. So this is going to be a surprise for me.
No way. You're lying.
I haven't seen it. No. Gift from us, so let's see how it is.
Wow, this is so cool. It is so cool. I'm about to scream. This is so sick, man. Look at that.
Yeah, man, it's a painting done by one of our partners, one of our friends, Neha, from Team Next Up, from all of us.
So sick, yo, guys, look at this. Does he look like me? Look at this guy.
There you go, man.
Nah, thank you, man.
I'm glad you like it. No, of course. It's the least we can do. Thank you for your time here. Really, really appreciate it. Where can everyone find you?
Well, I'm most active on Instagram. I have every other social media, but you won't catch me using them as much, except for promotion, but I'm mostly active on Instagram. I am Sojiii, IAMSOJII. All my social media is pretty much the same username, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere, same. So this is where you can find me. Feel free to DM me. I do respond to DMs on Instagram when I'm free, because I like to actually chat with people that like me, follow me. I don't feel too big to do that. And I do respond myself. I have a management team that handles my social media, but I do respond to those messages myself. So I want to hear from you guys, man.
All right. So
Let's
once
live it
again, thank you so much, Sojiii.
you.
Really appreciate your time.
you, my man.
So this wraps up this episode, and we'll see you next time.